Oh, okay. That one freaking destroyed. I'm just hoping I don't get stuck. There's one. Oh, good one too. Oh.
What is up, MFers? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you're watching from. Today we're out doing a little bit of fall bass fishing at a local turd hole lake. Shallow, muddy, pressured lake, but it does have some really nice fish in it. So I'm excited to try to catch some of those today. Not only catch those, I want to show you guys exactly how I'm catching them and then explain some of my favorite ways to go out and catch fall bass, because I've been getting blown up with messages. So many questions about how to catch these bass in the fall, and truthfully, this can be one of the toughest times of the year to catch some. I'm gonna do everything I can to catch some damn dogs. I'm gonna show you exactly the baits, the techniques, and exactly how to work those baits to catch the fish. Real quick, before we get started, just want to take a second to tell you guys thank you so much for all the love and support lately. You guys have been just freaking crushing the comments, the views, and everything on both YouTube and Facebook, so I want to give back to you guys. What I'm gonna do is every single bait that I catch a fish on today, whether that be a crankbait that costs $5 or $10 or $20, or a swim bait that costs $200, I'm gonna give that bait away to a lucky viewer, both on YouTube and Facebook. I'm posting a lot of my videos on both platforms. This one's going up on both. But yeah, literally every single bait I catch a fish on today, I'm gonna put a package together. I'll show you guys those baits at the end of the video. Obviously, you're gonna see me catch fish on them hopefully right now. If you're watching on YouTube and want a chance to win those baits, very simple. You have to be a subscriber, so hit the subscribe button, drop a comment down below, and of course, go hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, only 2 steps for you guys. Drop a comment down below and share this video. That's it. That's all you gotta do to be entered. I don't know the exact day this video is going up, but check back 3 days after I put this one up. I'm gonna put down in the description of the video the winner of the giveaway, and I will get your information, ship these baits out to you guys. Because again, everything I do going out making these videos every single day would not be possible without you guys, and I wanna give back. Be sure to check in at the end of the video to see all the baits I'm gonna be giving away. Hopefully that's a lot, and hopefully we catch a lot of fish. Let's do it.
We got sunny conditions, we got a little bit of wind, which I like today. I'm going to start off flipping some of these docks because it's the middle of the day. You can see there's a bunch of shadows cast down there. That's exactly the time of the day when I really want to take this seriously and get out and start flipping some of these docks. 2 main pieces to cover on this lake, docks and riprap. Let's see if we can get some bite on some more productive docks that we've fished and caught fish on in the past, and then we'll go try some riprap. Starting off with this 6-cents prawn right here. I switch back to more of a beaver style bait a lot of times in the fall. Water's cooling down, fish aren't quite as active. They don't want quite as much flap generally. You can still catch them on the flap, and we're gonna be throwing the swim jig up under here too quite a bit. But as a general rule, I will start with something with no flap, and then we'll switch to something with a little bit more flap. Oh, okay. Yep. Come here, big girl. I'm gonna tighten my drag a little bit. You guys hear that when I set the hook? The old swim jig by the dock. Fat guy. Look at that one. You bet. Definitely gonna tighten that drag up a little bit. God dang, that slipped so hard when I set the hook. Freaking ripped that one, it didn't move. You guys might not see that on the video, but I flipped that prawn on there 4 or 5 times, that exact spot on that shore station, nada. And the first time I came by the front of him with the old, I think that's called candy gill, 6-cent swim jig, guy crushed it. Definitely a new trick that's been added to the arsenal this last year to 18 months is throwing a swim jig a lot more on these docks. In muddy water too, something where you think you need to throw a chatterbait because the water's off colored. These guys are eating bluegills all day, every day. They don't care if it's 1-inch visibility or crystal clear. They're gonna eat them. There we go. Crankbait fish. Nice, just came up to this windblown riprap. Definitely wanted the windblown stuff. Middle of the day like this. Get him back, couple pounder. But throwing the 6-cents Crush 100, kind of like a 2.5 size square bow, a little bit bigger than the Crush 50, a little bit heavier. And it dives about a foot deeper generally. It gets down a little quicker. Definitely can cover a lot of water. Just ordered a bunch of swim jigs. Look at these. We got candy bluegill case. Candy bluegill case. That's one I've been using today. I caught that big one on. Baby bream. Pro green, which is like a shad color. Green pumpkin black. Grass mutant, which is the one I actually designed for the hybrid jig. And another grass mutant. I'm gonna go back to the candy bluegill. We might mix the trailer up though to something even more natural. The bite has been tough, but this is what candy bluegill looks like. We'll get it out in the sun obviously too, but kind of a unique color. More of a rusty bluegill color. Green pumpkin, some orange flash, and then of course some blue and purple mixed into the skirt with a nice natural head. Screw lock keeper, nice thick gauge hook. Looks great for these dockfish, heavy cover fish. Screw lock the old menace in the back, which I like for docks because it gives it more lift, or I can fish it nice and slow on the bottom. Bluegill color, I'm actually gonna trim that up a little bit. I don't want this skirt interfering at all with the flap. And honestly, I like to have my jig strands all be kind of different lengths, so I'll cut some really short. That way it gives it some different flare, different layers, when that thing kind of pulsates through the water. And yeah, that's the perfect swim jig. Oh, forgot something. Gotta dip his tails because these bluegill have those bright bluish chartreuse tail, just like so. Stands out in that muddy water. It's only about 6 inches of visibility maximum today, so any little bit helps. A fish? This can't be real. This can't be real. Doesn't even feel tiny. It's not tiny. Look at this. Yeah, I caught one. Bite's tough today, guys. I'm covering freaking water. I wasn't getting bit anymore on the Crush 100 and the shad color, so a lot of times it's good to mix it up. And I put on the old Milliken. This thing has been catching fish. I'll get that guy back in the water, a little 2-pounder. This thing's been catching fish for so many people. My buddy the other day caught like an 8-pound walleye on the Milliken color Crush 50X. That will be part of the giveaway as well. Need to get more of these in you guys' hands. You guys have sold them out twice by now, but this green pumpkin-y Dole chartreuse bluegill pattern has absolutely been wrecking it for people around the country, which makes me very happy because I designed it to catch a lot of fish. Even in super muddy water like this, it's just such a natural bait that when it whizzes by their face, I don't think they have any choice but to just grab it. That was the mushiest damn bite right there. Shit, the water's still 60, 61 degrees. There's no reason they should be biting it as light as that one just did. But he just grabbed on. I don't think he could resist it. Oh, he's got it, and he's big. Oh my God, that one freaking destroyed the Milliken. Threw so much slack in my line. Yep, I'll take that one all day. I shouldn't be grabbing my line on this one, but hey, just risk it for the biscuit, right? That's over 4 pounds, hell yeah. Oh, yes. Another Milliken chewer. That one ate that bait so hard that I was like, oh, he crushed it, and I was like, oh, he missed it, damn it. Because I reeled a couple times. Then I completely lost touch with the bait because he had completely slacked at that point. And yeah, that's a fish that's probably 2.5, 2 3/4 pounds most of the years. But he's clearly been feeding up. Look how thick that fish is. Easily a 4, 4 1/4 pound fish. And not a giant frame. But that's how we like them, right? You bet. I mean, I don't care where you're at in the country. That's a good start to a pretty damn good bag if we can get 5 of them like that. Look at this guy. Little peckerhead wanted to jump on, give the Milliken a ride. You can ride on it, just give it back to me. This guy got it deeper than any of the fish the rest of the day, of course, because he's 1/8 of an inch long. Get bigger. Go away. Love you, though. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude. Oh, he wanted to ride too, and then he tried to get in all my other stuff. Hey, chill, chill, chill. He's one hair bigger. We went from a Gigantor to the nursery. It's okay. It's no big deal. Gotta be one back there, doesn't there? Hope we can get back there. I don't even know. Looks shallow. It's only 2 feet out here. And the lake's down a little bit. Let's see if we can even get back here. I'm gonna throw a buzzbait. Seems right for it. Look at this. Little backwater oasis. Oh, there's so many big shad back here. I'm just hoping I don't get stuck. There should be at least one good one back here. This is crazy. Does someone live in this house? There's one. Oh, good one too. Oh, yes, finally up underneath there. Oh. Come here, big girl. Okay, look at that fatty patty. It was up underneath the house. I knew if I pitched one up there far enough, I'd get one. That one actually ate it a ways out. Look how thick that fish is. God dang, we're struggling today, but when we do get bit, they're right under the damn house. I think I'm gonna flip there a few more times. How sick is that? Goodbye, big girl. Go back to your under the house. Well, that was cool. Flipped in there with the swim jig and couldn't get bit, and switched to the Pranica, and what do you know? 6 cents prawn. Hey, I've caught every fish on a 6 cents bait so far. They catch fish. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Well, no more dice. Now we have to get out of here, which is always a chore and a half. Look at this. This fish was living in no water because that is as shallow as my trolling motor will go. We did it. I don't know how, but we turned around in a foot of water. Craziness. Pretty cool. This is kind of creepy. There's raccoon shit everywhere on the boat even. And on the dock, so I can't ever tell if there's people that live here or what, but there's like a nice generator. Not that that really means people live here or anything, but there's a generator. There's chairs, a little tiny net. One chair is in the water. Someone could live there, potentially. So when I got here, one of the very first docks I flip, of course, I throw the swim jig in there, and that 4.5 pounder just demolishes it, crushes it. I was like, okay, awesome. We're gonna be dock flipping. It's sunny, wind's not blowing very hard. We're gonna catch some dogfish today. Fished like 30 docks, nothing. Switched to the riprap, caught a couple fish doing that. I was like, okay, we'll crank a little bit. And then I cranked, nothing. Get way up in that little canal, catch one, flipping again. I'm like, okay, so I flipped some more docks, nothing. So we're catching good fish. They're just kind of here and there. And that's why you gotta cover water in the fall. Fish the high percentage stuff. We're gonna go crank a bunch more where there's some wind blowing on some of this riprap. And the biggest thing is you have to hit that crankbait, deflect that crankbait repeatedly over the top of those rocks and into whatever you can. Dock posts, lay down, stumps, big isolated object that looks good. That's where these fish are gonna be. This looks like the riprap dreams are freaking made of. Mr. Gillikin's about to go to work. Look at the freaking wind blowing on this. You guys see what I'm talking about here? We got some main lake riprap right here. Wind is hitting it directly on it. Nice vertical drop off, some steeper bank right here with this drop. One of the steepest drop offs for this man-made riprap on the lake. If I don't catch one here, something's wrong with me.
I got a big scar here,
Ugh.
new hip,
Yeah.
and then the back surgery.
How you feeling?
Well, good.
Yeah.
They all said, well, you're not going to even get to fish at all. I'm nearing 80 days.
Huh.
And the hips was done in June. I had 18 days of fishing after July.
Very nice.
I went 22 in August, 27 out of 30 in September, and I've missed one so far in October.
That's awesome.
I'm going for 90 maybe,
That's right.
if the weather holds.
I love it.
I've watched almost all of them.
Yeah.
You and Zark and
Oh, yeah.
Coleslaw and
Yep.
oh yeah.
That's awesome.
This has just been terrible.
Really?
Oh, I can't get a bite on these rocks.
Great, I'm gonna go fish them.
2-3 weeks. I haven't caught a fish on these.
Interesting. Take it easy, Sarge. That was Sarge the goat. Good to see him. Sarge, if you're watching, glad to see you're out fishing. Somehow you're fishing, I think, more than I am. good fisherman. The fish is here almost every single day. He said he fished 27 days in September, but he just had a hip replacement, knee replacement. Always good to see him out. If you guys ever see him, Red Triton out here, Omaha, go say hi. Sarge is a good dude. And he'll probably put you on some damn fish too. Or at least he'll tell you how he caught his. But he did say that he hasn't caught a fish on these rocks right here in 2 or 3 weeks. So now I really want to fish them so you can watch me catch a big one on them. There we go. Hey! Green pumpkin? Yeah, bluegill. If he's watching the video, it's this color. He wanted to know, but I don't think he'd hear me. Fat guy, thick, you bet. That feels good. Yep, that's a big-ish. Not gigantor, just big. Dude. I better grab him. Yeah, screw it, let's flip him. Longer fish that time, not quite as fat. It's turned into a damn squarebill bite. I'll take it. Didn't know if we'd be catching them flipping. Squarebill, swim jig, finesse, frog, topwater. Had no idea today, but here we are. And it turned into a squarebill day. So when life gives you a squarebill bite, pick up a Milliken, right? A lot of questions about what I throw my shallow squarebill crankbaits and small crankbaits on. I keep it pretty simple. I always throw it on a 6:3:1 gear ratio reel. This is a Shimano SLX DC. Works awesome in the wind with that digital control braking. This is a 6 cents MFR series rod, 7'2", medium heavy, moderate fast. Designed this rod specifically with this in mind. It can do a lot of different stuff, everything from, you know, medium diving crankbaits. I'll throw lipless crankbaits on it and stuff, but really this is where this rod will shine, is deflecting heavy cover, making mid-range casts. This rod is absolutely perfect for it. It's a graphite rod. You know, some guys like cranking with glass because it's a lot slower action. I cannot stand it. This thing gives you awesome feel. You can feel exactly when your bait's deflecting, exactly when that fish picks it up, but it's soft enough and slow enough that they can inhale it. You're not gonna pull it away from them. As you guys can see, the amount of fish that are swiping at this bait and grabbing this bait, they're getting hooked. Even when they're throwing slack in it and I'm screwing up the hook set on them, they were just mushing it and they can't get away from these hooks, these triple grip hooks and this 7.2 medium heavy moderate rod. And line, I believe this is a prototype line. We've been using a lot of this prototype stuff I've been testing lately. Stuff's the shit. It's fluorocarbon. I think this is 18-pound test. I like to shallow crank with no less than 17 generally. The heavier the pound test fluorocarbon, the more control you're gonna have over your bait the entire way. Plus I feel much more comfortable pulling fish away from heavy cover with it, and you know, having the opportunity, even if you're not pulling them from heavy cover, fighting them after you've deflected it and nicked that line up or whatever you might do with it several times. If you did that with 12-pound test or even 15 a lot of times, that sumbitch is breaking off. You do it with 17, 18, 20, doesn't matter quite as much. Hey, there's grass. I haven't seen grass in here in a minute. As always, gonna link it down below, and like I told you, I'm gonna send one of you guys a Milliken. 2 of you guys a Milliken, actually. Okay, that turned out way more solid than expected. Started off slow, didn't know if we were gonna even make it happen today. Kind of settled in a little bit, caught some fish on the crankbait, caught 1 or 2 flipping, caught one underneath the damn house. That was badass. Ended up probably catching close to a 20-pound bag for my best 5 largemouth, which I will never complain with. That little local, public, pressured, muddy, nasty water shite hole turned out pretty good. Biggest player of the day by far was this Milliken crankbait. Crush 50X in Milliken has been a freaking killer ever since it came on the market. We now have it in several other of the hard baits, so check it out at 6centsfishing.com. Like I said, I'll link everything down below. Also caught 1 or 2, I think, on the Crush 100X, which is a little bit bigger size square bill. That was in a shad color. When I switched over to the bluegill color, I just started getting more bites. I don't really know why, just
appealed to them better and it was a little bit smaller bait. Maybe the bait's smaller, maybe they're eating bluegills. I don't know, I don't argue with them, I just catch them. And then the flipping fish I caught was on a 6 cents prawn. So I need to give those baits away to you guys once again on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm giving a prize pack to each of you. I'll give away a pack of the Black and Blue prawns, give away a Crush 50 in Milliken and a Crush 100X. I got a bunch of different colors, so I'll just ask you guys when you win what colors you guys want. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, 3 simple steps. Be a subscriber, comment down below, hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, 2 steps. You just gotta comment below and share this video. 3 days from now, I'll announce the winners on those and I will get them sent out to you guys ASAP. I'll catch you soon. I'm out of here. Peace.